Hello guys, welcome once again. In the last video I have shown you how you can order data or filter data or find and replace data in Access database using these tool icons here. And I have also given you a little introduction how to create a form with your database. Now in this video I'm going to show you how you can create and design your form so that it will look interactive. For example, I will show you how you can add buttons to your form, or how you can add charts to your form. So let's get started. We already have this data which we have created in the first video, right? And I have also shown you in the last video how you can create a form. What you need to do is you need to go to this create tab, and you can select this form button and it will give you the form like this. So let's create a form which is a different form from this, and we will try to design our form according to ourselves, right? So let's design a form. Okay, so once again we are in create tab, and this time we need to go to this more forms here, and we will use this time form wizard to create a form. So just click this form wizard, and in here you can select the columns you want to show in the form. Suppose if you want to show all the columns, just click this button, or otherwise if you want to not you don't want to include some column, you can just select the column and just click this one arrow button here and it will go here. So whatever fields are here will be shown in the form, and whatever fields are here will not be shown in the form. So for example, I want to show all the fields in the form. Okay, so I will just select this and click next, and here you can decide which type of form you want to show, or which you want to make. There are four types which you can decide. First is called columnar, which is a default form type. Second is tabular. Third is a data sheet, and fourth is called justified. I'm going to choose this default columnar layout, and I will click next. And in here you can choose the design you want to give to your form. You can change the design or the layout at the runtime, but yeah, you can choose your style from here. So when you click here, you can see different design, and whatever design suits your needs, you can just select the design. Okay, for example, right now I'm choosing this equity style, and I will click next. And this here will ask you whether you want to open the form to view or enter information. Otherwise you can design your form first, which we are going to do. So I will select this radio button, modify the form design, and I want to save this form with the name employee info form, for example. Okay, and make sure this is selected, modify the forms design, and I will click finish here. And now we are in design mode. Here you can do lot of designing stuff. So what you can do here is you can, for example, you want to change the background color of these boxes. You can just select all the box, right click it, and fill background. You can select this fill background. I will choose this light green color, for example, and you see here it's changed. And similarly you can change these labels also. So I will select all these labels. I will right click and I will choose for these labels a little bit darker color, for example, like this. Okay. So this is just an example. You can choose your colors and design your form as you wish. You can also resize these columns and text boxes like this, or you can just select all these values and right click and you can align them on the left, right, top. For example, I want to align them on the top. I select them. These are already on the top. Let's align them on the left. No, it's not moving. And on the bottoms, for example, so it aligns itself. It's already aligned, so it's not aligning. You can change the size to fit or to grid or to tallest, shortest. For example, I choose to fit and it will fit to the your word which are there in the text boxes or labels, right? And for example, what I want now, I will go to the layout view. So to change the views, you just go click this button and I will go to the layout view and I can see how my design is looking. And I want to, for example, change the font size. I will once again go to the design view. I can move this title wherever I want. So for example, first of all, I change the font size and font size will be, for example, 26. I can make it bigger so it can fit and I want to make it in the middle. Okay. Once again, I will go to the layout view and in here also you can uh, uh, add some more things. For example, we have chosen some design in the initial stages of this form when we are creating this form. You can change these designs by navigating these design patterns like this, like this. So for example, I like this, so I can change my design of the form. In addition, I can add date and time to my form. So when I click this date and time and I can choose the format I want to show. I only want to show the date. For example, I don't want to show the time. I will click uncheck this and I will just leave this as default and I will click OK and you can see here date is included in the form. Now, for example, I also want to change the font color. I can change it to white and I want to make it bold and little bit bigger, 20. So I can do it like this, make it smaller a little bit and drag and drop here. Okay, you can also add a logo by clicking here. Just click here and choose your logo and you can show it on the title here. But since I don't have any logo right now, I'm not adding it. But yeah, this logo also is also here, so you can change it. Now, for example, once again we go to the design view. For example, you want to add buttons. So what I will do is in my design view, I have this tool called button. I will click this and I will place my button here, and here it will give me a custom button wizard. And what I can do is I can add these buttons. So for example, I want to add a save button or add new record. I will go to the record operation and I will select this add new record. I will click next and I will change. I don't want to use the picture, for example, so I will choose this text, and I can change this text from here. Right now I think this text is okay for me, so I will not change, but you can change this text from here. Click next, and you can give the name to your button also so that you remember it. I will simply give the name add record, for example. Okay, and click finish. So this is your add record button. In the same way, for example, I want to add save button. I will click this and place this button here. Once again, go to the record operation, select save record, and next I will choose text, and I will click next, and I will give the name to it, save, and I will finish it. And this gives me the save record, right? Now, for example, you want to change the style of these two buttons. What you can do is you can just select any text box here. You can just click this button here and just apply this style to this button. In the same way, I will just make it bigger. So save record, we can say save record once again for add record, and like this. Okay, and for example, I want to align these buttons. I can just select both of them, right click, and what I will do is I will go to the layout and I will say stakes. So this are stakes. Now, for example, I want to enter or add some more button for next or navigate my data. I can add it those button also. Go to the button, add it here, and I will say record navigation. First of all, I will select the first record. Next, this time I will choose this picture because this looks nice, and I will click next, give the name, for example, first first record. Okay, so in the same way you can add some more buttons. One, this time I will choose the next button, and I will next, finish. Once again, the last button, finish, next, finish, and once again the which previous record. Okay, and finish. And then I can arrange these buttons like this so it look like a navigation bar kind of a thing. Okay, so like this, and you can give the layout tabular or stack, layout stack. Okay, so whatever you want to give, like this. So I think this is okay for me. Now, for example, you want to add a chart to your form. What you can do is generally we write a query first and then add chart, but since I'm going to teach you query in the next video, so I will not use the queries but the default design for the chart right now. And you, when you learn query, you can more interactively add chart to your form. So for example, I want to add a simple chart right now. I can go to this button called chart, drag and drop into my form. Once again, drag and drop into my form, it will give me a wizard. Right now I don't have any query, so I will not select query, but if you have queries, then you can select queries or you can select both. And I will click next, and in here I can choose which column I want to use in my chart. So for example, I want to use date of birth in my chart. I will select this and filter it here. and I'll select next, and then I can choose which kind of chart I want. So I want this chart. Click next and see the preview of the chart. Click next and click finish. You can see here, and once you go to the layout view, you will be able to see your form design like this. So in this way you can do many other things in this form. You just need to play with these buttons. For example, you can add a combo box, radio buttons, groups, and many other things. You just need to play with these icons and see what you can do with these icons. You can add these page numbers also. So just select this and select the format of page number and click OK. It will add the page number to the header. Okay, so I hope you get to know many things to create the form, and I hope you have learned something new this time. In the next video I will show you how to query the database, so stay tuned and please rate, comment and subscribe, and bye for now.